Welcome back to the part 2 of the NEET PG Simplified series, where we are talking about in detail of the Karnataka State Counselling setup and how it is going to be lining up. So quickly, like we told you last time, we understood the total number of seats that were there. We understood the total number of colleges, how the seats are distributed, what are the different types of reservations in Karnataka. If you haven't watched that video as yet, you can click on the I button and you will be able to watch that. We suggest you will get a better understanding of this video when you watch the first part of the Karnataka Examination Authorities Counselling series as well. Now, quickly coming back to the second part of the same, in today's discussion, we will be understanding the different clause codes of Karnataka, what seats, who is going to be eligible for what types of seats that are going to be there, how does the counselling process line up, and what are the different bonds and penalties that you will be encountering, and what is the different types of seat leaving penalty after you've gotten a seat, so that you can save a truckload of money. And if you do not watch this in full, you will miss out on a lot of it. Once again, welcome to the NEET PG Simplified series by team of Hello Mentor, and I am Niranjan Prasad, and we will take it forward from here. Now, coming to what we were discussing, first off, we will try and understand the different clause codes that we will see in the state of Karnataka. One of the most common clauses that you will see, clause A, where you have a decent percentage of candidates who come under this clause, where any candidate who's done their MBBS from the state of Karnataka will be eligible under the clause A, meaning you have no prior education within the state of Karnataka, so you will be categorized directly under clause A. Now, clause A candidates will not be eligible to claim for any reservations. However, there's a little bit of a gray area, because we've seen some in the past claim reservations as well, else majority of them are slotted under the general merit quota. If you are someone who's under clause A and come under some type of reservation, you can connect with the team of Hello Mentor to get further clarity on how you can claim for the reservations. Followed by which, naturally, you have the clause B, which is the most common clause in the Karnataka State Quota Counselling, is the clause B, where any candidate has a minimum period of 10 years of education within the state of Karnataka, starting from 1st to 12th. Alright. So anyone has a 10 year of education prior to their MBBS will be coming under clause B. And further, the candidate has done their MBBS from within the state of Karnataka, be it a government medical college, private university, or the deemed university setup that is going to be there. These are the majority of the candidates that you're going to see, and they slot automatically under the clause B. And these type of candidates are open for all the different types of seats. Okay. Clause A cannot claim any reservation, it's a grey area. They cannot claim for GMP in the private quota seats, because the general merit private seats, they will not be eligible to claim. They will not be able to claim for any form of minorities, because they do not have 10 years of education within the state of Karnataka. Whereas a clause B candidate is eligible for all the different types of seats, ranging from your government reservation seats to the GMP seat, the open seat, or even the minority seats, as they fulfill all the criteria. Followed by which, the last clause, on the basis of the study period, you have the clause C that is going to be there, where a candidate has studied for a minimum period of 10 years within the state of Karnataka between 1st to 12th. But what is the difference between clause B to clause C? The MBBS of the candidate is outside the state of Karnataka. Even then, they will be able to claim for domicile of Karnataka under clause C if they've done their MBBS from outside of Karnataka, but they have their entire education or minimum 10 years of education prior to MBBS within the state of Karnataka. Once again, these type of candidates are eligible for all the types of seats, unlike the clause A candidates. So your government seats, government reservations, your GMP seats, your minorities, all type of seats, the clause C candidates are going to be made eligible for. While these are the three clauses, Karnataka's clause codes does not end here. There are multiple different clause codes. So quickly we'll go through what are these different types of clause codes. You have the clause D, where anyone who's the All India Service Cadre or from the Karnataka base. So either of your parents are a part of the All India Service Cadre of the Karnataka State Cadre and have served outside the state of Karnataka, you will still be made eligible to participate for Karnataka State Counselling as a domicile. Simple reason, because you had to travel around because of either of your parents' work requirements that was going to be there. So that is why if either of your parents are under the All India Service Cadre and had to serve outside the state of Karnataka because the job required them to do so, you will still be able to claim the domicile of Karnataka. Followed by which, you have the clause E, if either of your parents are a union government employee or a state government employee, and for work purpose, in the contract it was mentioned that the job is going to be, or the candidate who's working is liable to be transferred anywhere in the country, and you had to move with your family, even though your education was outside of Karnataka, your MBBS was outside of Karnataka, because of the job you had to move out, because of your parents' job you had to move out, you can still claim for domicile of Karnataka. But kindly note that either of the parents should have had 10 years of education within the state of Karnataka. So this is based on the government employment that you are going to be looking at. Followed by which then you have your clause F. If you are a ward, if you're a child of a member of parliament who is elected from the state of Karnataka, and because of that you had to move to Delhi and you had your education from Delhi, you will still be able to claim domicile of Karnataka. Why? Because either of your parents was the member of parliament and you were forced out of the state of Karnataka for your education due to the work purposes of either of the parents. So under clause F, you will be able to claim the domicile of Karnataka. Very few candidates that we'll see under this category. Followed by which we have the clause G, where either of your parents are serving defense personnel or ex-defense personnel who, at the time of joining service, had mentioned a city or a town in Karnataka as their hometown. Then you will be able to claim for domicile of Karnataka irrespective of where you did your 10th or 12th from or where you did your MBBS from. Because either of your parents were originally from Karnataka and their hometown was or home state was Karnataka, you will be able to claim for domicile under clause G. Clause A to clause G was talking about the domiciles of Karnataka. Apart from this, you have two other domiciles, which is your clause Y and clause Z. What do these clause Y and clause Z states? That if you do not come under clause A to clause G, you do not have any residence in Karnataka, neither of your parents were government employees, defense employees, or member of parliaments, or you have not done your MBBS from the state of Karnataka, but Karnataka is an open state and you're willing to participate within the state of Karnataka, you can come under the clause Y, where the candidates are going to be eligible for the open seats. In the previous video, we had discussed about how the private medical colleges, private seats are categorized into GMP and open. For the open seats, all of you will be eligible for, even if you are not a domicile of Karnataka. Followed by which clause Z, if you are an NRI candidate, OCI, or a foreign national candidate, you will be coming under the clause Z quota, where you will be made only eligible for the non-resident Indian seats or the NRI seats. The 15% reservation that we saw for the NRI quota, only those seats is where you will be eligible for under the clause Z quota that is going to be there. So clause A to G, domiciles of Karnataka, different types of seat eligibilities for them. Clause Y and clause Z, clause Y open quota eligible only for the open seats. Clause Z NRI quota only eligible for the NRI quota seats that are going to be there under the clauses. Now, after understanding the clauses, now we'll quickly understand how does the counseling procedure line up. Quick overview. First step is going to be the registration, followed by which you're going to have an offline document verification at the KE office. Remember, in the first part, we told you where the KE office lies. It comes in number #18 Sampige Road in Malleshwaram. After your offline document verification is done, usually KE should have released a merit list. But from the past few years, we have seen that they have not released the official merit list with the categories and the ranks and everything. So let's hope this year they would do the same. But generally, the procedure is they have to release the merit list after you've gotten your merit list, and that is where your choice filling is going to start, which is a very, very crucial step for the same. Followed by which then we will understand the allotment process that is going to be there. And then once the allotment is done, depending on the colleges or the branches that you've gotten, you will be reporting to that particular medical college. While this was an overview, we told you at the start, we're going to simplify the entire process of counseling for you. Let us break down the counseling one by one, starting off with the first step, which is the registration. Now, if you are coming under the unreserved or the general merit quota or any of the OBC quotas, apart from category 1, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, then your registration fee is going to be 1,500 rupees, followed by which if you're an OBC category 1 candidate in specific, or an SC or an ST candidate or a physically handicapped candidate, then your fee is going to be 750 rupees. Followed by which if you come under clause Y, if you're an open candidate, you will have to pay a registration fee of 4,000 rupees. Followed by which if you're an NRI, OCI or a foreign national, you will have to pay, or you come under clause Z in Karnataka state, you'll have to pay a registration fee of 7,000 rupees that is going to be there. Followed by which, as of 2024, no security deposit was there until the round 3 was completed. However, in 2023, there was a security deposit before the start of round 3. Will the rule change this year? There's a very high possibility, because Karnataka as a state, when it comes to its counseling, has seen a lot of rule changes every time within the counseling process. That is where the KES counseling becomes a little more complicated, and that is where the team of Hello Mentor will be there to help you and guide you through this journey as well. Okay. Now, quickly moving to the KES counseling procedure. Registration, we understood what the fees are. Registrations are done. You do your offline document verification. Where do you verify your documents? You go offline, you visit the KE office personally, and compulsory the candidate has to visit. And once your document verification is done, your choice filling process starts. What is your choice filling? The preference of colleges that you are adding, the preference of branches that you're adding according to what you are requiring at first, followed by which then the results are going to be announced. Now, once the results are announced, there are two different possibilities. You're either allotted with a seat or you're not allotted with a seat. Now, if you are allotted with a seat, what you have to do, you will have to proceed to the second round of counselling. Why? Because we can't do anything about it. So what we'll do, we'll go try our chances in the second round of counselling. But if you are allotted a seat in the first round of counselling, KEA gives you 4 chances or 4 opportunities rather. You have the choice 1. This was the branch I wanted. This was the college I wanted. I'm happy with this medical college. Let me take this and go ahead with the same. Followed by which you have choice 2, which means accept and opt for upgradation. Meaning, I like the branch and the college that I've gotten. I want to see if I can get a better college in the subsequent round of counselling. Followed by which you have choice 3. I added this college by mistake, or I changed my mind before taking this branch or this particular college. So what do? I'll opt for a free exit. That means I will take choice 3, which is free exiting from the counselling. Followed by which we have choice 4, meaning I got a seat elsewhere, or I changed my mind, I want to go long term, or whatever the reason may be. Choice 4 means you are exiting the entire Karnataka State Counselling completely. Alright, once you've made your choices, this is where the round 2 will start after it. Now, choice 2, choice 3, that is your upgradation candidates and a free exit candidate, and someone who's not been allotted a seat in the first round will be eligible for the second round of counselling, because remember, Karnataka allows only one time registration. You will not be allowed to register once again if you have not registered previously, first thing. And if the cutoff reduces, and once the cutoff reduces, KEA will open the registration only for those candidates whose cutoff or are newly made eligible after the cutoff reduction that is going to be there. Now, before the start of round 2, before you get into the choice filling, Karnataka will come and ask you to deposit their documents. Once again, you'll have to make your travel from wherever you are to the KEA office in Malleshwaram and submit all of your documents, claiming that you are serious about participating in the Karnataka round 2 of counselling. And once you've submitted your documents, only then will you be made eligible for the choice filling. Once the choice filling is done, once again, only one time choice filling that is going to be allowed. So you can only make edits, alter or modify or delete your choice fillings. You cannot add new options until and unless any new medical college has been added in the counselling process. So the first round of choice filling is going to be very, very crucial. And if you're going for choice 2 or choice 3, there are different types. Your choice filling is going to be altered according to what choice you're making in the first round. So you'll have to be very, very crucial with what choice you're going to be making. Once again, you can get in touch with the team of Hello Mentor, and our team of expert counselors and guidances will be more than happy to help you understand how you should proceed with your counselling. Once you've made the required edits in the choice filling, results are announced. Once again, 2 different possibilities. You're either allotted with the seat or you're not allotted with the seat. This time, when you're allotted with the seat, there are only 2 options. Whatever branch, whatever college you've gotten, you have to take that seat. Otherwise, there's no option. Else, you can leave the seat that has been allotted to you in the second round of counselling, but you are out of the counselling and you'll have to pay a penalty for the same as well. What is the penalty? We will understand in the coming slides, but only 2 options. Either take it or leave it, and you're out of the counselling if you're choosing to leave it, or you're also out of the counselling because if you're taking to take the seat, then you will not be eligible for the subsequent rounds. If you're not allotted, meaning you went for choice 2 in the first round, you went for an upgrade, you did not get any upgradation, you have no option but to report to the first round college that was allotted. For instance, if you are allotted, let us say, your psychiatry seat in JJM Davangere, you wanted to upgrade to any particular branch in another college, but you did not get any new college in the second round, you have to compulsorily report to psychiatry seat in JJM in Davangere. Now, if you don't do so, what is going to be the penalty? We will understand once again. If you're still not allotted in round 1, or you're still not allotted a seat in the second round of counselling, then all we have is we proceed to the third round, which is commonly called as the mop-up round of counselling. Now, mop-up round is a very interesting round. 3 years ago, it used to happen offline. Now, complete procedure of the counselling is going to be online. Who is eligible for round 3? Only candidates who were not allotted a seat in the first or the second round are going to be made eligible for the counselling for the mop-up round. Once again, no fresh registration. Only candidates who have been made newly eligible after the cutoff reduction will be allowed to register during this period, subject to when the cutoff reduction happens. Once again, there is going to be fresh choice filling that you can do in the mop-up round. Once you do the choice filling, the results are going to be announced. 2 possibilities. You're either allotted with the seat or you're not allotted. If you're not allotted with the seat, all you have to do is proceed to the stray vacancy round. But in the stray vacancy round, there's a 5 lakh rupees security deposit that you'll have to pay if you're willing to participate in the stray vacancy round. Followed by which, if you are allotted a seat, once again, 2 options, just like how it was in round 2. either take the seat or you leave it. You're out of the counselling and you'll have a penalty to pay. If you accept the seat, once again you're out of the counselling, but you've gotten your desired branch in your desired medical college, I am sure. So this is ideally how the entire Karnataka State's counselling process works. Remember, a lot of one-time registration, one-time choice filling that is going to be there. From the second round onwards, no more upgrades. You get a seat, you take it or you leave it. If you're not getting an upgrade, go back to the first round of college that you've been allotted. So a lot of new rules, a lot of new regulations that you're going to be seeing. Now talking about the penalties, on how does the penalty line up. First, we'll talk about how it is for the clinical branches that is there. If you got a seat in the round 1 of counselling and you made a choice of joining that college, either choice 1 or choice 2, and you resign the seat before the round 2 choice filling starts, then your penalty is going to be 25,000. 25,000, it's okay. You got a seat in another state quota counselling or MCC, you got another seat. So no problem, 25,000. But if you're happy with the other seat, a choice that you can make. But it increases from there on. If you've gotten a seat in the round 1 or the round 2 and you've reported to that particular college, but you want to leave the seat before the last date of reporting for round 2, meaning if round 2 results are announced, let us say on the 10th of August, for example, the last date to report is on the 15th of August. If you're going to resign your seat before the 15th of August, your penalty is 1.5 lakh rupees. So there's no problem with that. 1.5 lakh rupees you can still pay, because if you're going to be willing to resign your seat after this, your penalty becomes almost 5 times more than what it originally was, because after the date of reporting is done and before the start of mop-up round choice filling, if you're going to be relieving the seat, then you have a penalty of 7 lakh rupees that you are going to be paying for leaving the seat. Now remember, you cannot just avoid not by reporting to the college. Why? Because in the second round of counselling, your documents are with KEA. So at any point in time, you might not want the college, you might want your documents back. So you'll have to be very, very particular about how you're taking up a seat or how you're leaving a seat within the Karnataka state, because Karnataka is very, very particular about the same. Now, just in case, let us say you figure out a way to leave it, Karnataka will initiate legal action, as we've seen in the UG setup. Candidates who got an engineering seat, almost 500 candidates did not join, and then KEA is planning to initiate legal action against them. So you'll have to be very, very particular about how you're going to be participating in the Karnataka State Quota Counselling. Followed by which, if you're going to leave the seat after you've been allotted, after you've joined, during or after the mop-up round, meaning the mop-up round choice filling is started, any time after the mop-up round choice filling starts, if you're planning to leave a seat, then your penalty is going to go up to 18 lakh rupees that you'll have to pay. Now know that that's more than your first year fees for the private seats and private medical colleges of Karnataka, which is at 14 lakh rupees per annum. So you're going to pay a massive figure of 18 lakh rupees to leave that particular seat as well. So was the penalties or the seat leaving penalties that you will be seeing for the clinical branches in these medical colleges. This is again applicable for both government medical colleges, private or the deemed university government seats. Now, for example, for the paraclinical seats, 2 lakh rupees penalty for your PG degree courses, 75,000 penalty for your PG diploma courses, and the tuition fees that you've paid, you're going to lose out on the entire tuition fees that is going to be there, irrespective of at any point in time if you're going to be leaving the seat. Similarly, if you're leaving the preclinical seats like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, then you'll have a penalty of 1 lakh rupees, and your first year fees that you've paid is going to be forfeited for you to get your documents back. So these are the different types of resignations and the penalties that you are going to be paying as you're going forward. Now, talking about if you've taken a particular seat, what are the different bonds that you are going to be serving within the state of Karnataka? If you've gotten a government medical college in the state of Karnataka, then you'll have a 3-year service bond that is going to be there. You'll have to have a 3-year service bond that you will be doing if you've gotten a government medical college, irrespective of any branch that you're going to be looking at. Followed by which, if you're an in-service candidate and you've gotten a government seat, who is an in-service candidate? Someone who served for a minimum period of 3 years in any of the government hospital establishments of the state of Karnataka will be eligible for the in-service quota. And if you're an in-service candidate and you've gotten a seat, then you'll have a bond of 10 years after completing your PG studies. Now, in-service, if you're only taking the seat through the in-service quota, then it is going to be 10 years. If you're taking a seat through the normal counselling, then you'll have a bond of government medical colleges for 3 years itself. Followed by which, if you're taking up a seat in the private medical colleges, irrespective of government management, NRI, or the private seats that is going to be there, you will have a 1-year service commitment or a 1-year bond that is going to be there when you're going for your private medical colleges within the state of Karnataka. And if you're not willing to serve the bond, then you'll have a penalty of 50 lakh rupees, irrespective of a 3-year bond or the 1-year bond in private colleges. You will have to pay 50 lakh rupees as a penalty. Remember, St. John's was 3 years or 50 lakh rupees. Similar is the case here, and 25 lakh rupees for the PG diploma holders. Someone who's taken a PG diploma seat, you will have a penalty of 25 lakh rupees that you will have to pay. Now, specifically when we come to the ESI medical colleges, if you're going to ESI Bangalore or ESI Gulbarga, out of the 24 government medical colleges in Karnataka, 2 years of service bond that is going to be there, else your penalty is going to be a total of 10 lakh rupees. But you say, you know what, I'll serve 1 year of the bond, but I will not serve 1 year of the bond, then you'll have a penalty of 5 lakh rupees. So per year penalty that is going to be there, 5 lakh rupees per annum that is going to be there. If you do not want to do both the years, it is at 10 lakh rupees that you will be paying. If you're willing to do only 1 year but not the other year, then you're going to be paying a penalty of 5 lakh rupees that is going to be there. So this is about the bonds and the penalties. Now coming to the fee structure. For the government medical colleges, almost 1,20,000 rupees, or more precisely 1,24,150 rupees. For your clinical branches, for your pre-clinical is at 41,650, and your paraclinical starts at 69,150 for all your government medical colleges. Followed by which, for the private college government quota seats that is going to be there, for your clinical branches it is at 7.8 lakh rupees per annum. Your pre-clinical branches at 1,11,000 approximately. Followed by which, for your paraclinical branches, it is going to be priced at 2 lakh rupees for your paraclinical branches. Similarly, when we come down to the private college private quota seats, once again for the clinical branches, those 22 medical colleges, out of that, okay, we'll take St. John's also into consideration. For those 22 medical colleges, the clinical branches are at almost 14 lakh rupees, 13.88 lakh rupees per annum. If you're looking for the pre-clinical, it's almost at 2 lakhs, 1,88,000 rupees per annum. And the paraclinical is just a little above 3.5 lakhs, 3,59,000 rupees per annum that you're looking at. Similarly, I told you, state private universities have an autonomy in their private colleges, private seats fee structure. When we're looking at the private college, private seats fee structure, we are looking at 25 lakhs to 70 lakh rupees for your clinical branches. Once again, certain colleges even go lesser than this. Like I told you, SDM Dharwad is at 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs. You have fees on offer for different clinical branches as well. Followed by which, for the paraclinical, again starts at 3.5 lakhs and goes up to almost 14 lakh rupees for your preclinical. Paraclinical starts from 3.5 and goes up to almost 3.6 lakh rupees per annum that is going to be there for your paraclinical branches that you are going to be looking at. Essentially, majority of the branches even go a little higher than that, but predominantly majority of the branches are between that 3.5 to 3.6 lakh rupees. You can also expect a certain set of branches to be at around 8 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees as well per annum when it comes to the state universities setup that is there. Now, there is also a fee concession for certain set of categories. For example, if you come under the category 1 under the OBC or SC or ST candidates, there are fee exemptions. What are those fee exemptions? If you're an SC or an ST candidate from Karnataka, okay, whose annual income is below 2.5 lakh rupees, if you are getting a government seat, be it a government medical college, private college government seat, or a deemed university government seat, you are exempted from paying the entire fees if your annual income is below 2.5 lakh rupees. Now, same way, if your annual income is about 2.5 lakh rupees and goes below 10 lakh rupees per annum basis, if you're looking at, then you pay 50% of the tuition fees. For instance, let us say you're getting into Bangalore Medical College for a particular branch. The fees is about 1,20,000 rupees change. But your annual income is around 8 lakhs, but you're an SC or an ST candidate, you will only pay half of 1,20,000, which is 60,000 rupees. But if your income is lesser than 2.5 lakh rupees, you don't pay a single rupee, your fees is going to be zero at the college. And we're referring to only the tuition fees. Miscellaneous fees still applies for you. For the private seats, there's no scholarship or no reservations that are going to be there. You have to pay the entire fees that is going to be there. Same is the case if you're a category 1 candidate. Now coming to the category 1, if you've been allotted with a government seat, if the annual income is below 2.5 lakh rupees, you are exempted from paying the fees for seats in government colleges. Now, whatever it is, the 1.2 lakh rupees or the 2.5 lakh rupees of the ESI medical colleges, you don't have to pay a single rupee as fees if your income is lesser than 2.5 lakh rupees and you're an OBC category 1 candidate. But if you've gotten a private college government seat or a deemed university government seat, which is at around 1 lakh to 7 lakh rupees per annum, depending on the type of branch you are going for, then what happens? Whatever was the government medical college's fees, that gets deducted. For instance, let us say you got a radio diagnosis seat in JJM Davangere, or let us take an example of KIMS in Bangalore, for instance. Okay, Kempegowda, you got a radio diagnosis seat. Now, the fees is going to be at 7.8 lakh rupees. But what is the exemption if you're getting, if your income is under 2.5 lakh rupees and you're a category 1 candidate? The 1.2 lakh rupees that you should have paid for the government medical college fees that is going to be there, that amount gets exempted. That means instead of paying 7.8 lakh rupees, you're going to pay only about 6.6 lakh rupees as a scholarship benefit for the category reservation that you are going to be getting at. Okay, so now that is giving you an understanding of how the entire Karnataka counseling setup is going to be there. Now I'm pretty sure all of you want to know what are the cutoffs of different medical colleges and how does it line up and what are your chances and should you participate in the Karnataka State Counselling. Alright, with that, hope you've gotten a great understanding in this two-part series of how the Karnataka Examination Authority or the KES counselling happens. Well, all we have to say is the team of Hello Mentor wishes you very best for your counseling journey that is going to be there. We know it is going to be tense. We know you're going to be feeling anxious and very, very confused about how it is. Well, if you're feeling all of that and if you're confused about how to go about with next and you want to participate in multiple different types of counseling, all you have to do is contact the team of Hello Mentor and we'll be more than happy to help you. You can find our contact details and you can take a free one-to-one session with our team by clicking on the link below to book your free one-to-one session as well. And until then, if you found this video informative, then we request you to like, share and subscribe. We know you have a lot of peers, your friends, your colleagues, so you can share it with them and this is going to be of great help. If you still have not subscribed to this channel, we request you to subscribe and hit the bell icon because we are going to be coming up with so much more informative videos of the same as well. Thank you all so much for watching and we wish you the very best and until we see you next time.